Welcome to the Vegas Insider channel here on YouTube as we take a look at NBA futures with the second half beginning on Thursday. Kevin Rogers with you, and a lot to break down from an NBA championship odds perspective, along with Eastern and Western Conference title. Who are the best bets to win those? First, we'll start with who are the favorites to make it to the NBA Finals and win the NBA Finals. Right now, the Phoenix Suns are at plus 450 at various books, 9-2 odds to win the NBA championship. Remember, the Suns were 2 wins away from winning the title last year before melting down against Milwaukee, but the Suns enter at 48-10 starting the second half. However, they'll be without their Hall of Fame point guard, Chris Paul, who is out due to a thumb injury for almost the next 2 months. So the Suns will have to get by without CP3. Also, the Golden State Warriors right behind Phoenix in the Western Conference. They are as high as plus 475 to win the NBA title this season. Meanwhile, in the Eastern Conference, in spite of their struggles and inner strife and the trade of James Harden to Philadelphia, the Brooklyn Nets are at 6-1 odds to win the title. And we'll see when Ben Simmons enters the Brooklyn lineup and when Kevin Durant returns after his knee injury. But Brooklyn right now, the favorites in the East, along with the Milwaukee Bucks coming off a title last season. The Bucks anywhere between 6-1 and 7-1 odds to win a second straight title. Now, taking a look at conference odds, and no surprise, the Brooklyn Nets are the favorite to win the Eastern Conference. But the Nets, though, have a little ways to go. They're 31-28 entering the second half of the season. What about the Miami Heat? They're a team that right now is tied with the Chicago Bulls for the top record in the Eastern Conference. The Heat at 10-1 odds to win the NBA title, but also just to win the Eastern Conference. The Heat are still behind the Nets and the Bucks at around the 6-1 range to win the East and make it to the NBA Finals for the second time in 3 years. In the Western Conference, the Warriors and Suns are the top 2 betting choices, but the LA Lakers still hanging around in spite of sitting below 500. LeBron James and the Lakers, they'll have to get by without Anthony Davis for the next little bit. He's out, but the Lakers right now in the 9-2, 5-1 range to win the Western Conference, and still heavy odds on them to win the NBA title, as the Lakers anywhere from 35-1 odds, even up to 45-1 odds just to win the title. So which teams are going to keep an eye on? That's the big question for the second half. And a couple of them, the Boston Celtics, they are one team to watch out for. They're playing very well in the Eastern Conference, and the Celtics right now 25-1 odds to win the NBA title. Also the Toronto Raptors, keep an eye on them, even though they could be as high as 100-1 to win the NBA title. That Toronto has played very well. The East still open in spite of Philadelphia with James Harden now. Milwaukee's the 5 seed. I don't have a lot of faith in Cleveland to win the East, but a lot of competition there in that conference. In the West, you get past the Warriors and the Suns and even Utah. Keep an eye out for Denver as the Nuggets. Who knows if Jamal Murray will return? He's been out with that torn ACL. They still have Nikola Jokic, who has been, again, an MVP-type player after winning the Most Valuable Player award last season. And Jokic still up there with the Nuggets. They're a top 6 team in the Western Conference. And the Nuggets definitely a team to watch out for. I know it seems chalky. You look at Golden State, as long as they can stay healthy. The big issue with Phoenix is the Chris Paul injury. But in the West, though, the Denver Nuggets, a team to watch out for. In the East, we throw the Celtics and the Raptors out as some teams that maybe hold some value when you get past some of the top teams in the conference. Thanks a lot for watching this edition of our NBA Futures as we head to the second half of the season. It should be a lot of fun. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel here at Vegas Insider. I am Kevin Rogers. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, best of luck with your bets.